What is going on, guys? Welcome to a DayZ.57 update. Basically, this is a patch rundown. So I'm going to give a disclaimer about this patch rundown, explain it really quick. I do this before every video. There is no gameplay in this. This is basically, I like to think of it as like just a series, a show, whatever you want to call it. I do it every time a new stable patch comes out. And I just sit here and I tell and show you guys pictures of what came out the new patch, what you can do with them, what I think about them, what they do to change the gameplay, where you can find them. Just basically show you guys everything that came out, show you what they look like, and basically give you tips and stuff like that for 0.57 and tell you what I think, if it's good or not, just stuff like that. You guys can just sit down, sit back, grab a drink. If it's in the morning, I always record and upload it in the morning. I don't know. It's just this cool little thing I like to do. My last two ones got some decent things. So if you guys want a quick video of actual gameplay, then maybe, you should probably find another video. But if you just want to sit back, listen, look at some pictures, chill with me, then, this is probably going to be more along the lines of the video for you. So yeah, let's get into this. And basically that also explains what this is. It's just, yeah. So we are covering 0.56 and 0.57 in this patch because they put 0.56 and 57 out at the same time because 5.6 was still, because 5.6 was taking a long time. So yeah, I'm going to try to get everything. I try to get these videos out as soon as possible, but I have to wait for decent patch notes to come out. And I only really have like 3 websites to work with besides DayZ. DayZ said they'd have their patch notes out like 3 days ago and still nothing. So yeah, we are going to get into this. So I'm going to go through the changelog that they have here. And yeah. So the first thing is the 7.62 59mm rounds may be confusing you guys a little bit because they do have a changed look now. This ammo is used for the Mosin, and they do have a changed look. They look like this now. They used to be, there's still the 3 bullets in a row, but they have a different texture. These are a different color. These used to be more of like a goldish color, but now it has a new texture. So if you see those and you're confused, they're still the same things. They just have a different texture. They came out with an item called a butane canister, and what this is, a butane canister is a piece of equipment currently available in the experiment. Okay, well, it's out. They don't know what they're gonna do with this. It says danger on it. I think it's pretty rare to find. You can find it in residential/civilian locations. I think it's going to do what butane does in real life. But yeah, it's just the items released. It doesn't say it has an actual use yet, but maybe we can do something interesting like that. Maybe turn it into a homemade grenade since it is flammable. But we'll see. They added a candle actually to the game. Surprisingly, they added a candle. It's pretty simple looking. Yeah. The DayZ candle is actually not out. It's going to be out. It's not out in standalone, but it was found in the files. So a candle should be released soon. That might be cool because you could use it in nighttime servers. Maybe you can light a fire with it. Maybe you can light certain things up and do certain things with it. I don't know. If it works as a flame source and has some mechanics, that would be pretty cool. Next is city maps that have been re-added. What they did is basically they added a new map. So basically, if you remember before, they had a map, but it didn't work. And I think they actually took it out of the game. But in industrial and residential/civilian locations, you should be able to find a map. So that's pretty cool. And Maps are items used to navigate between different locations across Chernarus. There are a number of different maps, including quarter maps, half maps, and a complete map. Map pieces, quarter and halves, can be combined together to form a complete map. These are commonly found in gas stations, parked/destroyed cards. They can be accessed through the inventory or by setting a hotkey. Each map item uses one inventory slot. Maps can be used to place custom map markers which are shared between all other survivors in the channel. So, yeah, pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Next, we have the fishnet trap. Basically, a fishnet trap is a piece of equipment to catch small fish like sardines. It looks like this. So here's another. You used to have to dig up worms. There only used to be one method of fishing, but now you can net fish basically instead of like a made fishing pole. So that's another way to get food if you're struggling for finding food. They added a new animal. Actually, they added a fox, which they were talking about for a while. So that's nice. The foxes are wild animals. You can find them in fields and forests across towns and city in Chernarus, and you can find foxes, and that also adds the fox pelt. The fox pelt doesn't do anything at the moment. It's just there, but it's just pelt. It just acts like any other pelt, but you can still get meat off the fox. That's another animal to kill for food, if you're hungry. The hand drill kit. This one's very cool. Very, very cool. It's a tool that can be crafted to start fires, basically. What it is it looks like this. It's just like you've seen one before in like movies and stuff, I'm sure, where they rub the stick with, all you need is a knife to cut bark, and it will allow you to start. The hand drill is a tool that can be crafted and used to start fires. Other than needing a knife to cut bark, this will allow you to start a fire using nothing but what you are able to find in nature. You can create a hand drill kit by simply combining bark and a wooden stick. When using a hand drill kit, be advised that there is a chance it will fail to light the fire. This will consume the hand drill, and you will need to make another. So if you did not know, this is leading to another thing. As long as you have a knife of any sort, I'm pretty sure the knife, the hunting knife, the combat knife, the kitchen knife, I'm sure the butcher thing, I'm sure all of those work, and you can cut bark off trees, and that's what you use. The bark with a stick, and then, or a kindling is what they used to be called. The sticks now look like that, and they're long in your inventory instead of up and down, and they're called sticks now. So yeah, you can create a hand drill kit to light fires if you need, fire to get warm, to food. You know what fires are used for? Food, to cook food, to warm yourself up, to, if you're wet and stuff like that. This is a cool stuff. They added a hunting jacket. They added all sorts of different hunting jackets. They added a hunting jacket brown, a hunting jacket olive, a hunting jacket summer, a hunting jacket autumn, and a hunting jacket winter. These are really, really cool. These are great camouflage. I would find these anywhere, and they still hold, you can hold 6 things in them. I'll show you a picture of the one I like the most. They're all pretty simple looking. They all look the same, just different textures, but this is how they look. They are really cool. It is great. It covers your full body, your full back, your full arms, even your neck, and it's great camouflage. It is by far the best camouflage in the game besides, Ghillie, but you know what Ghillie's like. So yeah, pretty cool. And they also added the same things but in the bottom. They have new hunting have new hunting pants, the new colors. They came out with the new colors. Next is the hunting scope, actually a new scope. It just looks like this. I'll give you guys a picture, but the hunting scope pretty much, it kind of just looks like the LRS, which is but this actually can go on more guns than you think. This scope can go on more guns than you think, and you'd actually be very, very surprised. They took out the long range scope. There is no such thing as a long-range scope, and there is no scope that can go on the Mosin. There is no scope that can go on the Mosin anymore. The only thing you can find for the Mosin is the compensator. So no more of that. You're gonna have to get the 2 new weapons with scopes, which we'll talk about later in the video. This sight can go on the Winchester Model 70, which is the new gun that we'll be talking about. It can go on the CR527, also known as the carbine. It can go on the Blaze 95 rifle, aka the double blaze, double blaze, whatever you guys like to call it. So yeah, this sight can go on some guns that aren't bad. I actually was unaware that it could go on the Blaze, and I was actually unaware that it could go on the Blaze or the carbine, but according to the wiki, the weapons that can be attached to are listed there, so that should be right. Who knows? But it for sure can go on the Winchester and the other new gun we're going to be talking about. So that's the new scope. That's what you're going to be looking for, is the hunting scope. You can find the hunting scope pretty much the same places you can find the LRS. You can find them. Basically, their best location is deer stands. So if you guys see deer stands, which you guys, you go a lot past a lot of deer stands, hunting stands, check them, because that's where that scope's going to be. The ice hockey stick, it's not the same as the old hockey stick. The ice hockey stick is just a weapon, a new weapon. Looks like this. I'm not going to download it. Nothing special. It's basically just another melee weapon that's better than the old hockey stick. It's an ice hockey stick. So, yeah, they came out with the improvised rope, which is really cool. Very, very, very cool, because the rope is used to craft a bow. It's used to craft a fishing rod. It's used to make a leather carrier bag and the regular improvised carrier bag. It's also used if you want to tie people up. And now there's a way you can make it. You can combine 2 stacks of rags. So six is a max stack. So 2 max stacks. So 6, 12 rags, and you can make an improvised rope, which looks the same and does the same thing as a rope. So if you're struggling finding a rope, but you're finding things to tear into rags and you have some to spare, you can make an improvised rope. Very cool. The new IZH 18 rifle. This is a new rifle that came out, and basically I'll put up a picture while I'm talking about it. And what this does is it's a single shot break action rifle. So that means it takes the 7.62 39mm rounds. So that's the ones that are used for the AKM and the SKS. It has no clip. It can only load 1 bullet. It is a single shot break action rifle. So, and you can use the hacksaw to make a sawed off version. So this gun can be sawed off. The locations and stuff for that are just unknown, but it is pretty cool. I can bring up a stat of it really quick. Its damage is about a 7.1 out of 10. Which is great, good damage. Its accuracy is an 8.5 out of 10, which is absolutely beautiful. It's incredibly accurate. Its noise is 7.2 out of 10, which noise isn't that big of a deal when we're talking shooting guns that carry this type of rounds. But the thing about it, so it does great damage and has incredible accuracy, and that's the reason I try it out, but it only has 1 bullet, and it does take a while to reload, so it's like reloading a Blaze. So it's incredibly accurate and does do a lot of damage, but if there is more than 1 person or you do miss that shot, you only have that 1 bullet and it's going to take a while to reload. So I don't know. It's kind of iffy. I'm going to take a drink of coffee here. It's in the morning. If my voice sounds weird, it's because I just woke up. I need something near my mouth is getting tired. So many updates. The next thing on the list is the Kashtan C1 scope. Now I'll show you a picture of this here. They added a lot of new stuff. This one looks pretty funky. This is a funky looking scope, I won't lie. This one looks weird. So this is the scope here, and basically it's a weapon attachment for all AK variants. It has a 2.8 times zoom, and it mounts on the side of the rifle near the ejection port. It's very useful for short range and medium range skirmishes. You can find this in general military locations, and it can be found in residential / civilian locations as well. So it goes on the AK-101, the AKM, the SVD, which is the new sniper, the AK-74, all variants of the AK. So yeah, it's a pretty cool scope. So honestly, just remember that it goes to all the AKs. If you find it and you're planning on finding or picking up an AK, then that's definitely something you're looking for. Next is the long wooden stick, which replaces the ashwood stick. I'm not going to show a picture. It's just a wooden stick. It's the same thing. A long wooden stick is a piece of equipment. It can be used as a melee weapon. It's available to be cut from nearly any tree in Chernarus using a knife. You just simply walk up to the tree with a knife in your hands, and you'll be given the option to cut a branch from it. The long wooden stick has a variety of uses in crafting and be used to cook meat, fruit, and vegetables over a fire. This is cool. So you can use the stick just like you did the ashwood stick to poke things if that's what you want to do. It also can be used to make the bow. But the cool thing about this is the cool thing, is what you can do, also used to make the fishing rod as well. What you can do is you can put a meat, like a skewer, you can put meat on the end of it, like you poke the meat, and you can hold it over a fire for it to cook, like a, like you know what I mean. You stick the meat on the thing and hold it over the fire, and you can cook. It's pretty cool. The meat tenderizer, I actually seen this around. You guys have probably seen it. I'll throw a picture of it up. I'm not going to talk about this. The meat tenderizer, I don't know what this is for. Literally, they have nothing under it besides the picture. It just says the meat tenderizer is a type of weapon. IRL, you use it as a hand-powered tool to tenderize slabs of meat. But I don't know what it's exactly used for in the game. I don't know if it was just like a funny thing, but there's a meat tenderizer you guys can run around with. Medical scrubs, they added new ones. There is the old medical, these are new ones. They added medical scrubs. They come in blue and green. I will show you a picture of them. These are kind of cool looking. They even have like blood on them, like cool effect. They also have this in the pants and cap version. You can find these in the medical loot locations. So that means hospitals and the little medical buildings, the small medical ones that you see in towns. So yeah, those are kind of cool looking. I don't think they hold anything though. But those are kind of cool. A mess tin. A mess tin is not it's for cooking. It holds one slot and you can put it over a fire, and that's basically what it is. Made of aluminum, designed to be used with a portable cooking. Conveniently contains a skillet, a kettle, a plate, a cup, and a set of poultry. So it's a cooking thing again. Oil barrel comes in blue and green. What it does, this is the new barrel. This thing is pretty crazy. I have not seen one yet. The oil barrel the oil barrel using as a container was fully implemented in the new thing with 0.57. You are able to store oil barrel in your inventory since it only takes up 4 slots. It's very likely this will be changed in the future versions of the game. But what this does is you can put it in your inventory. It only takes 4 slots. It comes in blue, red, and green. You can find it in presidential / civilian areas, industrial, and general military. But get this, it only takes up 4 2x2. So it's 2x2, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 4 slots. And you can put 49 things in this barrel. It has 49 slots, 7x7. And it takes 4 things and you can hold 49 things in this barrel. It is crazy. I've not yet seen one, but it can be used as a container to store items. Combining guts and plant materials in the barrel creates a fertilizer. Leather can be bleached by using garden lime or disinfectant in a barrel of water. Leather or white clothing can be colorized. T-shirts or armbands only currently, with coloring objects such as bark, nails, and berries in a barrel with this barrel of water. So you can do all sorts of things with this. but just the storage is cool. Honestly, you can. It's like having 2 more backpacks pretty much in your inventory. So for 4 slots, it's pretty crazy. That one's cool. I hope to find one. Next one is the pistol scope. This is a new thing. No shit. It's off. This is a pistol scope, and what this can go on is the Longhorn. So the pistol scope is basically the scope that was on the Longhorn, but it can be taken off now. It also can go on the crossbow. So the pistol scope goes on the Longhorn and the crossbow as of right now. So yeah. Next, we have the pumpkin slices. What these are is they're just pumpkin slices. By cutting, you can now cut a pumpkin with a knife, and you can have pumpkin slices. So you'll cut it, you'll get pumpkin slices and more seeds, and you can eat the pumpkin slices. That's all pretty straightforward there. Gonna take another drink of coffee. Next, they have the radio. They did something with the radio. I don't exactly know what. Let's find out. Oh no, this is just a radio. Sorry, I was thinking of the walkie-talkie. They did add a radio. Looks like this. The radio was implemented into DayZ Standalone along with the walkie-talkies in early alpha release, which is get the code. Okay. Radios are unable to be used or even obtained legitimately until the release of the 0.57 stable update. So you can now get the radio. Yeah, it doesn't say what it does or if it works. It actually doesn't say anything about it here on the wiki. It is in 0.57. It's out right now and you can find it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have it so you can communicate with people or play music. I don't know what it does. It doesn't list here what it does. Its in-game description is ... So I don't know if it's just a released item and there's nothing out yet, but we'll see what that does. I would like to have a communication with radios and walkie-talkies. Everyone can hear you. I don't know. That kind of is real. That's pretty realistic. It would be kind of a cool feature, in my opinion. My mic just got all messed up here. All right, sorry about that. That would be a cool feature, pretty realistic. So I hope they do something with that because they could do something pretty cool. The radiator is out. That's just a car part. It's in game, but it doesn't do anything. It just looks like a radiator would in a car. They are going to try to make the V3S just like a car. Engine might break, radiator might overheat, you know, stuff like that. So they're trying to get that implemented in the game. The Red 9. This is a new gun. I'll get a picture of it up quick before I start talking about it. The Red 9, or in real life, the Masseur C96, is a semi-automatic handgun. A variant of the C96 currently in-game. The chamber is a 9x 19mm, so the 19mm rounds. It was originally, okay, yeah, I don't need to give you guys the life story of it, but it has a Red 9 buttstock as well that can be attached to the end of it. This is not out though. This is not out. This is in experimental. They had some bugs with it, so they could not come out with it, but this will be released probably next stable. A new pistol, a semi-automatic handgun. It's going to have a 10-round clip, and it uses the 9mm rounds, and it has a buttstock attachment. So that should be very interesting. I'm hoping that it's pretty accurate, because if it's accurate, that would be very cool. That'd be very cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. I hope that's good. That seems like a lot of fun. Semi-automatic pistol. Okay. Next is the SVD. This is the new sniper rifle. This SVD, or aka the Dragnov, if you want to go by that, looks like that. And the SVD is just a new sniper rifle. It can have the PSO1 scope, that new Kashtan scope I was telling you about. So that's what you're looking for there. Or the hunting scope. No. The sight and optics are just the PSO1 scope and the Kashtan C1 scope. You can find this at helicopter crashes only. It's got medium recoil, extremely loud noise. It can go from 50 to 300 meters with the PSO1 scope, and with the Kashtan scope, it can go from 400. It can go all the way up to 900 meters. So it's semi-automatic. It takes 7.62 54 millimeter rounds for it, which is the same as the Mosin. It's pretty crazy. There is a 10 round mag. It's called the SVD 10 round mag. You can find these. I found the mag. You can find the mag in military places, so you don't have to find the mag at the crash site, but you can. But the only place you're finding the gun, unless if you killed someone with it, is at helicopter crash sites. So if you want one of these, you're gonna have to go looking at the crash sites. So, but the new sniper rifle is pretty cool. Yeah. So the PSO1 scope, the Kashtan scope, and you're gonna find this at helicopter crashes. It is pretty insane. It is technically the first sniper rifle. Its damage is 9 out of 10. Incredibly damaged, and its accuracy is also 9 out of 10, so it's incredibly accurate. You can use the PSO1 scope. Like I said, it takes the same as the Mosin, so the 7.62 54 millimeter, and you can find the 10 round SVD mag for it, and you're going to have to look at helicopter crashes. So this thing is pretty crazy, and yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. Haven't found one yet because obviously everyone floods the helicopter crashes. Everyone wants one, so we'll see. They came out with a torch, an improvised torch. This one is pretty cool. It's not implemented yet in DayZ Standalone, but it's in the game files and will come out. So you guys can have a torch, which is another cool thing. You can probably light fires with it, and it's good for nighttime servers if you guys play those. Next, Tripwire. It's the unconfirmed name, but that one's kind of unconfirmed. That's kind of up in the mix, but it should come out, the Tripwire. The UMP 45 is in the works. It's not out yet. The UMP 45 is submachine gun, currently in experimental. It takes ACP rounds. The gun uses placeholder. It sounds of the FNX 45. The UMP also has the most stopping power of any secondary gun. 1 shooting players in the chest, 3 pieces of clothing will be ruined. The UMP 45 has 6 different attachments: the RV1 RDS, the M68 and ACOG optic scope. It also allows the attachment of ghillie gun wrap and the pistol suppressor. Currently, the UMP 45's only magazine is the 25 round UMP 45 magazine. Currently, only spawns at Russian helicopter crash sites, while the gun spawns at American helicopter crash sites. So you got to go for one crash site for the mag and the other crash site for the gun. It takes 45 ACP rounds. It's a 4x3 size in your bag. It's fully automatic. It can go up to 300 meters. Its fire rate is 2.5 seconds. The noise is an FNX placeholder until they get the actual noise out. It can be I told you all so that's pretty cool. You can't spray paint it, and it's very rare to spawn. So that is a cool gun. I'm glad they added that. That's pretty sick. The VSS Ventores. Never mind. That one, that's the same. That's what sorry, ignore that. And then the Winchester. The Winchester, this is pretty cool. This is a bolt action sporting rifle. You can use it as a sniper rifle. It's kind of like a sniper rifle. It can't go as long. You can't pull off ridiculous shots with it, but you can put a ghillie gun wrap on it. It can use the improvised suppressor, and it has the hunting scope. This is what the hunting scope goes on, And yeah, it's pretty cool, honestly. I've seen some sick videos with it. I'm going to put a video down in the description with someone getting some really sick kills with this gun that I thought was super entertaining. You guys can get a peek at it there. It's very cool. It's very cool because I really like it. It's very accurate. It's very accurate. It might not be able to shoot as far as a sniper rifle, but medium range, this thing is a beast if you play the proper play style with it. I will link that video of the one I'm talking about in the description. It's very cool. Very cool. They came out with new school buildings located in Baronzino. They changed around Baronzino. There is now a new office building, aka the school, in Baronzino. Electro Vibor, Dubkey, Svet, and I think the Central Railway Station. It has 3 floors and 3 entrances. They don't have a picture of it out. It's very cool. They redid Baronzino. There is this in here now. There's a bunch of new buildings. It's kind of rearranged. There is now a fire station in Baronzino. They added that. That's pretty cool. They added new guard houses. The new guard houses are in, let's see, the new guardhouses look like this. I'll do a little screen pass for you guys. The loot inside is all glitched. The loot all spawns out front on the step where the boots are, but you can find some really cool loot there. You can find ammo, guns, vests, high capacity vests, all sorts of military stuff there. It's very cool. You can find lots of cool stuff there, which is nice. The new road barriers, objects, and structures around the map. They're in like 5 different, 6 different towns. They're just roadblocks and road barriers just to make the world more infected looking. They're trying to make it more run down, look like it's, you know, getting deteriorated. You know, the zombie apocalypse happened or the infected happen and stuff like that. Now for the new mechanics. The new mechanics are infected can now have their legs broken. Infected will crawl when they have their broken legs. You can you don't have to hit him in the legs. You can hit him anywhere, and it has a chance to have that happen. Players' limbs can now be bumped and chipped before becoming fractured or broken. Putting something into your hand now removes it from the slot in your inventory. Inventory system has been remade. Putting something in your inventory will replace it on top, the second equipment below, and so forth. Rebalancing of infected damage threshold. Meat, fruit, and vegetables are now able to be skewered and cooked over a fire. Propane canisters now have a percentage. Longhorn is now able to be used without a scope. Can now place the crossbow holo sight on the Longhorn, which is that pistol sight. Placing a lit fireplace in your inventory will now set the player on fire. Fireplaces can now be used lit using the new hand drill kit we were talking about. Pumpkins now can be cut into pumpkin slices that we were talking about. Mixing water with a disinfectant can now create a pesticide usable on plants. Various new actions with the oil barrel, which we talked about. Armbands, you can make white armbands crafted from rags. Long wooden sticks replace the ashwood stick and can do the things we already talked about. Items in the environment can now become damaged. Compass now shows the direction from within the item hotbar. You can no longer exploit the FOV while zoomed in. So if you are looking down a scope and change the FOV, nothing will happen. You will still see the same thing. Changes to the third-person camera mode have been changed. Earthworms can now be obtained by digging in the ground with any type of knife. A stone oven fireplace now requires 8 full-size stones. Torch can be crafted using a wooden stick and a rag. Obtained to add reason by interacting with a tree with a torch in your hands. Fishing net trap can now be crafted using the metal wire and netting, which we talked about earlier, to catch things like sardines. New animations such as new animal animations like sitting, and you can now carrying a barrel because of the new barrel that came out. There's one new location such as the hillside village near Kamensk. I don't speak Russian, guys. I'm sorry. It's basically a town out in the middle of nowhere, but yeah. There's been updated locations such as Berenzino with the new school building and the fire station and other buildings. Cherno with a new school building. Electro with a new school building. International Airport, Airfield, aka Northwest Airfield. Gorka, military base. Starosover, Tizzy, Turovo, Zelenogorsk with the new school building. Road barriers scattered around streets and roads around Chinaris. Central loot economy re-implemented. New inventory back end. Total number of infected per map is now increased from, it used to be 1,100 in the world, and now it's 1,240, so there's more zombies. They fixed a lot of things. They fixed infected movement, pumpkins into hands bug, lower body disappearing after rolling on the ground, rubber arms when throwing items, animations of making a garden plot and digging tile, landmine bug when taken into hand, V3S, occupant sitting behind the cabin, 6 status, tree collisions with the V3S, many duping methods fixed, bug causing characters to be starving and dehydrated upon login, sewing kicks making items pristine, suicide animations speed up, speeds to search for apples, berries, etc. also sped up, crosshair disappearing, item in plate carrier disappearing, complete plate carrier set, putting bayonet onto an M4A1 with improvised silencer, adding holster. Chemlight can be used to ignite fireplaces. Chemlight equips like a flashlight, cannot produce seeds when you cut them from plants, failing to light a fireplace due to lack of safety uses on a single match. Fish can be cooked in a camp/stove, invisible fireplace upon relogging, plate carrier pouches cannot be repaired, skinning chickens no longer produces feathers, trigger sound of weapons can be heard over 200 meters. That was a really bad bug. I'm glad they fixed that. Door cannot be closed. Glad they fixed that. Bug fixing on per item quantity control. Desync improved. Oh, that's huge. Guys, the desync is so much better now. They fixed it. Improvised Ashwood stick being bugged. Blaze getting quickly ruined. Pistol suppressor does not sit in the correct spot on the CR75. Joey X sunglasses spawning again. Bolts quiver spawning again. 12 gauge slug shells spawning again. Ballistic helmet and gas mask can be equipped together. Spinal fractures should be fixed. Green paramedic pants and jacket are spawning again. Painting a gun will lock up. Painting the gun will lock up gun in inventory, and magazine detached itself and disappeared had been fixed. Logging out and in with a weapon in your hand makes it immovable is fixed. Small lake bug north of Polosovo fixed. V3S drives without wheels fixed. Can't get into a V3S fixed. Struggling to swimming over new trench to prison island. Invisible wall is fixed. Zombies don't see through chain link fences. Bunch of bug fixes. All those were bugs and they all have been fixed. All those I read off were bugs and they have been fixed. So huge bug fixes. This was a great patch, honestly. It did bring new bugs. Of course it did. There's bugs right now where if you climb up and down a ladder with something in your hand or get in and out of a V3S with something in your hand, you're going to have to relog. There's glitches with things that not being able to be picked up. And there is glitches with the zombies. They no-clip again, unfortunately. So you can't trap zombies in anything anymore because they run through all the walls and buildings. But hey, these are a bunch of new features, a bunch of new bug fixes. I'm pumped for them. Sorry this video is on the longer side, but this was a patch that didn't happen for over 2 months, guys. So this is a lot to cover. This was an incredible video. I hope you guys enjoyed rocking with me. I'm sorry if I stumbled. This was a lot to talk about. This is a 40-minute video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click that like button. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, tips, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure you click that subscribe button. My Twitch and Twitter are in the description below if you want to follow me there. Thanks for walking with me today, guys. If you watched to the end of the video, post "I like bananas" in the comment section just so you let me know. Till next time, guys, have a good one.